Hi, on Shweta's Talkies now we're sitting with three lovely ladies from absolutely three different backgrounds for dating after 40s. I hope you watched Dating After 40s for Men. It was fabulous. Now these three ladies are now talking about, from their side, navigating the dating landscapes, especially in the time of applications, in the time of everybody who has lesser time for each other. Often we are overestimating the green flags and underestimating the red ones. That could be a problem. They have so much more insights. Stick with me on Shweta's Talkies, Dating After 40. I'm sitting with three fabulous ladies who join me today. We're talking about something that a lot of us don't really discuss and deal with it every day. We are single, we are fabulous, we're definitely very good looking, all of us. Kanika, thank you for coming. Kanika is an author and an architect. We have Vidushi, she's an established artist, actor and a performance coach. Bhavna is here, she's trilingual and she will sort you out in your language and linguistic needs. Can I say that? Thank you for coming, thank you so much. For the audience, this is not a discussion about who's good, who's bad, women are crazy, men are assholes, that's not the point. The point is to discuss what we've been through because a lot of our getting to that age, this is 2024, people who were born between 65 to 70s and 80s were confused about how to navigate this application and human interfacing. I think that's huge. I'm going to start with the ladies. You want to tell me a little bit about your life so far? How's it?
I've never been married.
Okay.
And currently I'm single. Yeah, looking for
nice
a relationship.
Vidushi?
I'm peacefully divorced. Thank God. Thank God. And I have two lovely children who are teenagers. And yeah, I think I'm happily single. Peacefully divorced, happily single.
How about you?
Well, never been married. Have looked for love all over the world. Have been in India and have been in the US. Single right now. Would be nice to find someone. If not, so be it.
For the audience, I've been single. We've been there, done that. Way too many times, I think. Girls, let's start with like a rapid fire. I want to know, horrible date means?
When someone's not on time and when someone's smelling bad.
Horrible date means?
A horrible date means a horrible person.
Oh, well, that's also a thing. That for you, horrible person for you.
A horrible person for me would mean somebody who's just not connected with anything. Yeah, just lacks connection with anything and everything.
Horrible date for you, sorry.
Desire to get out the moment you get in.
Oh my God. Okay.
So cool.
So ladies, like quick round, red flags, immediate red flags.
The conversation you have at your first date and there are a lot of questions which come up could be red flags. Like for me, it would be like, how come you've never been married? You plan to work after marriage. You plan to work all your life. You work a lot. Man, you really are deep into your work. I mean, it's like...
I think the lack of enthusiasm or too much of it.
Or too much of it, red flags.
One wouldn't know.
Talking too much about the past relationship.
Oh my God. Okay, green flags.
Somebody who's making you feel special, somebody who's making you feel comfortable, at least taking the
While you're dating, while you're talking.
While you're talking, while you're dating, making an effort.
An effort. Effort is sexy, by the way. Effort is sexy.
Especially from a man's side, like making an effort, little things, have you reached home, how was your day today?
Somebody opens the car door. Big
Nice.
green flag. Don't
Really?
see that
What
anymore.
else?
Ask you what you like to eat and what's your favorite
Interesting.
drink. And somebody who compliments you right at the start. Wow.
Right.
Wow is great.
Guys, you guys keep this on. You can let go.
Humor.
Humor?
Yeah.
Interesting. And what else? Give me one more.
Humor, ease, comfort. It's just fun.
Okay. Perfect date. Who's paying?
The man.
No, I'd like to offer.
Touch.
Yeah.
Or offer.
Doesn't matter.
Interesting. Third date. Who's paying?
Oh, we could have decided on the third date. Could be me, him, anybody.
I'd still go splits.
Again, doesn't matter.
It's a good one. For me also it doesn't really matter, but it does make me gauge the, it's not the money for me, it is the capacity thereof. It should be.
Yeah.
You can't, I'm sorry, I'm being honest.
No, but
because
it's
you
true.
yourself are making your own money. It's not how much, it's the capacity thereof and a bit of decency.
I'd like to add something to this. It even depends on who's asked who out.
point.
I mean, he was invited. I've been asked out.
But women barely ask out men.
No, I mean, I think next time,
I think women are asking.
Women ask men?
Quite shamelessly.
Have you ever asked a man out?
Quite shamelessly.
If I've been asked out once, I have made it a point, and if I've liked the date, I'm like, why can't I call him and say, okay, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Let's go out for a movie or something. I can ask him out, and maybe I can, book the.
Vidushi, have you ever asked a man out?
No, I haven't, but I would be very open to. I think it'll be really cool if a woman did that, because I think men are constantly under pressure of some kind, that they have to be a gentleman and they have to pay and they have to do this and they have to do that.
It depends on who's asked.
I'll make sure that they ask me out.
She makes sure she asks you. I think I'm a bit old school about that, and I'll be very honest about it. I personally, and it does nothing wrong, right? But whether he asks me out, and I am never going to ask out a man. It's just. I wish I could get there, and I think it's very cool, and I think it's very 2024 also, because yes, you are correct, all the pressures on them, but I sometimes fear like if you ask them out, they were like, "Ye to already first grade type," I don't want that mindset, and somehow this is less a problem overseas than in India. Why do you think it is that?
No, but I think I share my thought with you somewhere. Yes, maybe that's why you said it was first date. I said the man pays. The first time, I would also want a man to make that effort and ask me out. But later on, like you said, third date or so, then once you are in that, it shouldn't be that you ask me out every time. So, it should be more of like a friendship kind of a thing. Why can't we ask each other out?
Fair enough. Vidushi?
No, I just think that the culture that we belong to has to open up. I think the whole idea of dating is it's not cool.
India definitely does not know how to date. I think it knows how to mate and marry.
Trust me, it's like
I think so.
I'm possibly the only person in this group who's dated in States and dated in India.
Yeah.
In people in States, I mean, they start dating at 16, at teenage years. Like, उनको training है.
And they can continue dating till they're 80.
They make
if
it
they're still
fun.
single.
I have friends and families. I mean, where they got married for the third time at the age of 70, old veterans home. People walk in and they're dating, and people make couples and they get out. I mean, that's America. So I remember
Because it's open.
It's open. As I remember in one of our family gatherings, somebody had passed away, and this gentleman was pretty old. His wife passed away. I was just back from States, and I'm marriageable age, so they are sitting there like, "Teri shaadi karate hain." I was like, and I've just met these people, 70-year-old, third marriage. Aapki kyun karate hain at the age of 50? And it was shock at that point in time. Today, all of us are in 40s, and we are sitting and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Like 10 years back, talking and dating at 50 was like
Impossible.
Yeah,
Impossible.
impossible.
Question. I'm going to keep it like so that we tackle one thing at a time. Is it true that extreme feminism has killed romance? Has scared the men from asking you out? I think so.
Yes, extreme feminism can kill romance. Yes,
extreme. I'm talking about
absolutely. I agree. It just it kills romance.
It बेचारों की जान ही निकली होती है. Should we not?
Yeah, but what is extreme feminism?
You see, I think extreme feminism also came from extreme what the men have done so far. You see, or it has arrived because they were extreme. I hate that word patriarchy, but like that kind of mindset. It's not every man is like that. So I think what has happened, the patriarchy screwed up romance of it, because we are thinking, okay, we have to stand up for ourselves. We are not going to deal with this shit.
Yes,
but then it's also wiped out the nice men.
I totally
like,
agree that extreme feminism, as you're saying, this context can kill romance.
Really can.
Yeah, totally right. I mean, that vintage type of a man, coming
also,
in.
but we need a mix of
But
both.
what is happening these days is in definition of what we say extreme feminism. Actually, women are saying we are safeguarding ourselves.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a response to what has been happening so far.
It's a reflex.
What do you think, Vidushi?
I don't believe in any kind of extremes. I think you are what you portray. And yes, all of us can have images that can be scary and that can be very compassionate. I definitely oscillate between scary and compassionate. Right. When I feel soft and feel like more myself, I think I could date. But when I'm not and fierce and angry with life, then maybe not. So I think it's more internal. And I don't think we should label.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's just who we are in the time we are, right? So that should kind of balance out. If we are more balanced in life, then the men will be easy.
What a beautiful way of. I think this is great. I think yes, I think that's a great point. If
And
we're
it's
also more
difficult to
balanced
be in
life,
balance.
correct. What
At
about
our
you?
age.
I mean, I think I agree with both of you. I mean, I think it's killing it. Like, I, for one, would love to be pampered and cared for, and somebody come and be chivalrous to me. I would not really go to the extreme. Like, I need to be.
Petals.
You know, it's going to be fun. It's like, that's the fun of it. And on the other side, yes, why not pick up for some traditional roles? Why not?
Why
It's
not?
not.
That even that even.
As
Yeah.
long as there's an understanding and balance. So yes, it does.
But I will ask this, and I think that's why this is dating after 40, because we are in a conundrum, right? Like the young lot know how to date perfectly. Therefore, we are where we are because we come from that old school, which we really enjoy also. But in order to attract old school, we also have to be old school. I think if that's what we want. In order to attract new school, we also have to be new school, right? And rightly said that we're all okay with you like that somebody would pamper you, or the man asks you out, and there's nothing wrong in it. The way I see, there's nothing wrong in it. The way you, my question to you is, do you think that we've taken it a bit too far today? Have we taken it a bit too far, or you think we are redeeming ourselves and this is the way to do it?
Again, I think it is where you are in life. Like, I mean, are you married, unmarried, are you divorced?
But we are all single. I'm asking just three of us.
No, but even within the singlehood, there are people who've been married and then become single, right? So there's a lot of that tapestry that one needs to look at. What was the marriage like? Why did it end? What is the expectation of the new person in the life? How many such new people are you expecting to get so many things from?
And I agree with her on one thing, that every single woman is not looking at the same thing. She's right. Somebody who has children, has been divorced, is probably looking at something different. Somebody who's never been married is looking at something different.
It's basically a question of identity. When you start associating your identity with that relationship or whatever you are, and you're not too comfortable, as you were saying, you're not too comfortable in yourself, then you kind of start latching on to somebody else's identity, and you start defining to a large extent. If you're comfortable with this, then these labels won't matter.
500% word, absolutely. But here we are talking about, for example, quick question. If a man said, hi, can I buy you a drink? Do you usually say yes?
Oh, I say yes.
She says yes. You?
Depends on what it
where I
is.
am, who that man is.
You?
I'd be a bit cagey about that. Yeah, because again, my history.
I understand.
And I depend on my history for my present and future.
For me, it's like if I am in that frame of mind, if I like what is, there's no harm.
As I said, it depends who it is. If you've been eyeing that dude in the bar for a long time.
If the guy is your perfect guy, okay, perfect. 1 second you see, okay, perfect. He comes to you at a party and say, can I ask you out for a drink? You're saying yes or no?
I think I'll first have to have a conversation with him a little.
Okay, so your immediate reaction is what?
My immediate reaction is, can I let you know in a bit of a time? Can we just talk?
Come back and say, फिर से मिलना हुआ?
No, not at all. I will be like, I don't even know your name. I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know his name. Because what happens is, even if I'm inside my heart dying to say yes,
Let me do this.
but what I'm going to be perceived as is another thing.
See, hold that. Let's do this again. If a smoking hot guy, the kind you like, comes at your friend's party, you don't know him, but he's in the party. So first thing is then chalo belongs to somebody, can't be a psycho, walks up to you, and you have to give me an honest answer. Your first reaction would be, can I please get you a drink?
Yeah, sure.
You?
Yes.
You?
Of course.
So guys,
No, but that is again when the prototype of the Mr. Perfect arrives.
So
That hasn't happened yet. No one's buying us drinks.
so now if a perfectly nice guy walks in who's not a 10 on 10, who's a 5.
Oh God.
Okay? Who's a 5 says, can I get you a drink?
Why not? He can get me a drink. Probably we can just chat up and be good friends. It doesn't have to be dating.
Okay, so what about that approach are you rewarding? Are you saying yes? Are you saying no?
If I have a drink, I'll say I'll still
If you
have
already
it.
had a drink, she'll say
No, I think
if I don't have it, I'll say come, let's go to the bar.
I think it would, for me personally, would be about the vibe.
Yeah.
If I feel a good vibe, I would be, let's go to the bar. Together. He doesn't have to isolate and bring me a drink.
So I think both the question, the first one and the second question, two things. A, I am in the frame of mind to actually interact with someone, and second, if I get the vibe. If both the things are there, why not? And
The
you're not
vibe
really
is being
committed to
most
anything.
It
You
might
just
not
go.
be for dating, like, he's very hot. He's a nice guy.
So
Yeah.
basically you're not
Why
committing to
Yeah.
anything. It's only a drink.
Okay,
It's just a drink.
I have a, and I'm going to keep it like quick rounds because we've
Yeah,
got to get
yeah.
into a lot. Comment on this statement all men use. Me and my wife are not getting along.
You should need to see a therapist. I'm not one.
Why are you coming to me?
I think I like hers. Need to see a therapist.
How many men have you met say that? In let's say 100% of the men.
Oh, many.
Like 50%, 90%? They're all married men.
Yeah. 50 to 60%. I mean, I really wish it was other ways, vice versa. I mean, to single men. But I think single men are more like, they'll think twice. You should
That's true. Married men are like,
married men, I think this friend of mine, long time back, very buddy of mine, like, this is married men are hitting it. He's like, once you get married, you become shameless.
There you go.
After that, they are like
a free
out
ticket.
there. It's what?
Your experience, Vidushi?
No, not so many married men, because I think I was married once, so they knew that I was married once, and now I don't think they'd be. No, so it's a little different in my case. So I think the younger.
The younger lot.
Nice.
What about you?
I've met a lot.
Have they said, oh my god, another story of me and my wife are not getting along?
Oh yeah, lots of those. But it's very interesting. I had this very, very interesting Tinder situation. So I was in Tinder.
Achha, wait, how many of us are on apps? I'm not.
I'm not.
Tried.
I'm not.
You're
I've tried. I'm no longer. But been there. So I remember
Done and
this.
dusted.
Done and dusted. So I remember this guy. So he goes, blah blah blah. We start communicating, and after a few moments, he goes, just wanted to let you know that I'm married. So I said, okay. So is your wife okay with it? So that you're on Tinder? She's like, she's also on it.
Oh my! Wow, that's quite fascinating.
So it's very fascinating that how the relationships are
because even
shifting.
a marriage is not a marriage anymore. It can be open, it can be this, it can be that, it can be all kinds. I mean, even within the labels, there are labels. It's become like that, and we are just always stuck in our zones. We really don't understand the. I mean, it is an info age, right? So the minute we get out of our comfort zone, we realize, like you did. Oh my God, ye bhi hota hai, and ye bhi hai, and this is there.
That's when the
and
choice
people at
comes
70
to
are
you.
dating and getting married at 80, and
And that's
it.
where the choice is on you. It's like, hey, now do I want to go ahead or I don't want to go ahead? Like that's where it is.
Yeah.
But the problem is that there's just so much of noise. Just getting through the noise and finding that
a pain.
It's pain.
I hope you've loved this. Please share, subscribe and comment. Thanks so much joy on Shweta's Talkies.